Hello, welcome to One Africa Mission with your brother Dobia Anzanse. Please, we are back again, and today we gonna address this video, or we're gonna react to this video from a Uganda MP. I think he's a member of parliament in Uganda, and then he was talking about the LGBTQ plus bill that Uganda passed, and then according to him, most of leaders, the parliament, the speaker of parliament in Uganda visa have been cancelled. Some government officials visas have been cancelled. They are not allowed to travel to Europe and America and all that. And then he was exposing it, but unfortunately, he also tried to lead us from frying pan to fire, because after all the long talk, long video, it's a very long video, so I'm not gonna really talk much. All the long talk that he talked, all the things that he talked about, he ended up trying to take us from, as I said, from frying pan to fire. So please, I want us to I want us to go watch this long video. You need to be patient with me. I want us to go watch this long video, and then we can come back and then just have one or two things, and then you can understand what or reason why I'm saying he's trying to take us from frying pan to fire. And then we don't need this anymore as Africans. I think some of this, our leaders still doesn't get the drip that the youth of today, the African youth of today, they really doesn't understand us, what we are calling for or what we are looking for. We are not looking to be beggars anymore or to be dependent on other people anymore. So you're not going to tell me just because America is trying, or what you are anticipating from America, then we should get ready so that you can take us somewhere. That is not what we, the youth of Africa today, we are looking for. That is not what we are looking for. So please, let's go and watch the video so that I'll tell you reason why I said he's taking us from frying pan to fire.
Visas have been cancelled. As I speak now, the speaker's visas have been cancelled for America the other day, and this is also confirmed. This is email from U.S. Embassy. And dear Madam Speaker, the United States government has revoked your current visas on information that came available after your last issuance. As of May 12, 2023, you don't possess a valid travel visa to the U.S., though you are welcome to apply again. Please forward your passport to the embassy through Ministry of Finance so that we can make necessary modifications to your visas. I think they were looking for my visa for the U.S., they didn't find it. So the first victim is the speaker. And I understand even the UK government is doing the same. Now, first of all, you will cancel all our visas. And by the way, you are right. For me, I have no problem with the way a country manages their affairs. If in their wisdom and democracy, they don't want us in their countries, it is their right. And I don't want anybody to blame America or UK for canceling visas for this time. It is their right. And me, I will not complain. I will not begrudge any embassy for canceling anybody's visas. So what that means is that my only problem with these people is single picking. This law here was signed by the President of the Republic of Uganda. May I invite America, Canada, Britain, the entire European Union, to also cancel the visas of Mr. Museveni. May I also invite them to cancel visas of all MPs except two. Except two. Let all MPs' visas be cancelled. Let there be a travel ban, not only on Vasalirwa and Anita Among, Right Honorable. Let all of us be subjected. In fact, let all Ugandans be denied visas to America, Canada, and the European Union. Let all Ugandans. Why? Because this has been the most bipartisan bill in the history of this country. The most bipartisan. So why pick out Vasalirwa? Why pick out Speaker Anita Among? Why? cancel all our visas. But is this shocking? No. It was actually expected. I personally spoke to the Honorable Bahati. Honorable Bahati told me that after he had championed this bill in the previous parliaments, he could not even get space where to sleep in the US. Booking space, a hotel to sleep, was a challenge. So the first consequence is that people with American visas and the European Union and the others, their visas either will be cancelled or have been cancelled. And that means don't waste your time applying for a visa to any of those countries. I cannot, for example, apply for a visa to the US. Fortunately, I was last in the US in 2009. I had not even become MP. I have never gone back. So this is a call to the MPs and all Ugandans that expect travel bans, expect visa restrictions. But my challenge to the Western world is that don't single out individuals. Do it to all of us. Then we will know that you are fair. Number two, I was speaking to my colleagues in Ghana. In Ghana, they've even gone ahead to threaten freezing accounts. Freezing accounts. And slapping bans on international banking institutions that partner with the US banks and other financial institutions. So if you have monies on your account and you have a salary, remove it. Remove it. Because you are likely to be a victim. Number three, aid cuts and controls. That they have mentioned. They are going to cut aid in Uganda, and perhaps that is likely to affect many aspects of our budgets. How advocates of these acts have already written to Twitter and these others to have me deregistered. And it's with now passing of this law, they now have a stronger case. So what is likely to happen is that some of us will go back to the traditional mode of communication. If I want you, I have to look for you physically because of this. Now, what is my advice to the country? First of all, I want to advise as follows. On the side of government, let us now consider looking for development partners. And I am ready to champion the cause of going to the Arab world to look for donor support. The Arab world, we will go to Saudi Arabia, we will go to Kuwait, we will go to Qatar, we will go to UAE, and this deficit, which will be occasioned by these cuts, can easily be replaced. So let's re-engage. If we've not been thinking about...
Yeah, so as you can see, he's talking about how after passing the LGBTQ plus bill, the Americans decide to cancel the visa of the Speaker of Parliament of Uganda. Not only did they do that, I think a lot of other MPs and those who supported the bill, they canceled their visa. And also, according to him, they are anticipating, or they are expecting that more, or they are expecting more to come, which is a way to tell us that if we don't get ourselves ready at any given time, these people will continue to tell us or to direct us as to where to go. If they want us to go to bed, to sleep, we must sleep at this particular time. How many children they will decide for us to have. And then they're already doing that. Why? Because we are depending on them. The reason why the Americans, the Europeans, the Chinese are dictating to us as to how to live our life as African people is because we are depending on them on everything that we do. We depend on them spiritually. We see God in the eyes of other people rather than us, which is very unfortunate. We see God in the eyes of other people rather than us. So spiritually, we are depending on them. Politically, we are depending on them. Economically, we are depending on them. Educationally, we are depending on them. So in almost every aspect, all the important aspect of life, we are depending on them. Food-wise, we are depending on them. So in order for us to have our independence, that is why we are not independent. In order for us to have a real independence, is for us to make sure that we have enough, or we live by our own realities. We provide for ourselves what other people are providing for themselves. Okay, we don't need to depend on other people for what we have to be, for what we should have been doing for ourselves. So it is great. This MP, he has spoken a lot. But my problem with him is that I don't know whether it's because he's a Muslim or what. Because he is trying to take us from the mouth of the Europeans or the Caucasians into the mouth of the Arabians. So he's saying that the president should give him the opportunity, and then he will lead a delegation to Qatar, to Kuwait, to Saudi Arabia, to seek for support of our budget deficit as Ugandan people. Why should it be so? Why can't you come out with initiatives? Why can't you come out with ideas that would make us independent, rather than coming out with ideas purposely because I don't want to say that, but that is what I'm thinking. Purposely because you are a Muslim, you now want to take us from the mouth of the Europeans and go and put us in the mouth of the Arabians. Who told you that the Arabs are better than the Europeans, Mr. MP? The Arabs are not better than the Europeans. The same thing the Europeans are treating us, if the Arabs get the opportunity, they will treat us worse than that. And you claim that we share same values and stuff like. Who told you that if the Arabs, because the Europeans they are forcing us to leave, to abandon our way of life and live their way of life because we are depending on them. Who told you that if we start depending on Kuwait and all those kind of countries, they will not ask us to abandon our way of life and live their way of life? Anybody does feel you dictate and decide how you live your life. So, Mr. MP, we don't need this anymore. This is not the solutions we want as the youth of Africa anymore. We want you to crack your brains, because the Arabs that you want to take us from the Europeans to, they are also human beings just like us. Their leadership are using their brains to create the enable environment so that opportunities can be created for their people to live a better life. And this is the same thing we're expecting from you. We want you to also, as our leaders, to also use what we have. Because as a matter of fact, we from Uganda, the citizens of Uganda, we have more than all these Arab countries that you mentioned. All these Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia. We have what they don't have. Resource-wise, we have what they don't have. We are resource richer than them. The only thing they have is oil and gas. We have all that. And other minerals. So why should we be depending on other people for our survival? So Mr. Minister, Mr. MP, we appreciate everything you said. We appreciate your effort to help our country. But we want home-based solutions to our problems. We want you to come out again and tell us that what can we do as Ugandans to use what we have for the good of Ugandans, not to go and beg. We are looking forward for a day that other people will also come to Uganda or Africa and be asking us for loans to go and service their budget deficit, rather than we saying that the Americans will not, or the European Union will not provide us aid. So for that matter, you can lead us to Arabia so that we can go there to seek for help. Are we not human beings? Why are we making ourselves look ridiculous? Why are we ridiculing ourselves? Why are we making ourselves look like for us, nothing we can do for ourselves unless we go about begging? So if China say they will not give us, then we run to Russia. Please, Russia. If Russia say no, then we run to Europe. If Europe say no, then we are running to to America. If America say you must take LGBTQ plus blah blah blah, if not, we're not gonna give you, and then we now run into Saudi Arabia or to the Arab world, to the Gulf countries. Why can't we also sit down and say, no, we are sick and tired of begging other people to solve the problems of Africa or Uganda for us? It is about time we use what we have, because we have everything that other people don't have. It's about time we use what we have for the good of our people. So the youth of Africa today are no more looking for lazy way of solving problems. No. That is not what we are looking for. We are looking for critical and deliberate solutions. Come out with critical and deliberate plans, initiatives to bring solutions to our problems as African people. I thank you very much for coming around. Thank you for watching. Please share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, One African Mission. We are really growing, and also I'm using this opportunity to say thank you to all the Pan-African groups, and also to the people who are sharing our content. Brother Kwame, is it Kwabina? I really appreciate what you are doing to us, and also to call on the leadership of all Pan-African groups, because we have a lot of Pan-African groups, more than thousands of Pan-African groups. Sometimes I begin to feel that some of these Pan-African groups are being sponsored by the CIA, because every day you wake up, there are new Pan-African groups coming out. Please, I'm calling on these Pan-African groups, all the leadership, ACUP, One Map Africa, One Africa, One Borderless Africa, Emancipation of the Continent, CRP, Continental Revolutionary Movement, all the Pan-African groups. They are numerous, I can't count. Please, I'm calling on all of you. Please, do not let us repeat the mistakes of our forefathers. Let us come together, create a viable, stronger Pan-African group, so that together we can move with one idea. Because at the end of the day, we are all seeking for the unification of Africa. That is all that we are all seeking for. So creating all these different groups, putting resources on these groups, will only lead us into repeating the mistakes of our forefathers. Just as I keep saying, the Morovia Casablanca group, if our ancestors had used wisdom, Kwame Nkrumah their days, if they had used wisdom to bring these groups together, they would have achieved the unity of Africa. And today, we wouldn't be going around the world suffering as we are suffering. So today, if we really mean business, then we must do everything we can, at least to bring all these groups together. Put aside the egos, put aside I have all the best plans to lead us into this unification and to lead us into this promised land. Put aside all these egos, and then bring the resources together, so that together we can have a strong voice to be able to liberate Africa from this neo-colonialism. I thank you very much for coming around. Until we meet again, this is your brother Dobia Anzanse.